Let's look at Chapter 6, Lesson 9, Practice, Multiplication Situations. Ryan is trying to remember the 3-digit combination to his locker. He remembers that 6 is the first digit, but he can't remember the second digit. He remembers that the third digit is an odd number. What is the greatest number of combinations Ryan might have to try before going to open his locker? So we know it's a 3-digit number, so it can only be numbers between 1 and 9. We know that the first digit is a 6. He can't remember the second one. The third digit is an odd number. And we need to know what's the greatest number of combinations he might have to try. So the first one we know is going to be a 6. You then know that the second number is going to be numbers 1 through 9, which will be 9 numbers. And then the third one is going to be odd numbers. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So we have 5 different combinations there. So we know that we need to go ahead and make an array where I have a 9 by 5. And I know that 9 times 5 is 45. So there would be 45 different combinations. Number 2 and 3 are going to be partial products. So I have 40 times 20, 4 times 8, or 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 zeros. 40 times 7, 4 times 7 is 28 plus 1 zero. 20 times 8, 2 times 8 is 16 plus 1 zero. And 8 times 7, which is 56. Go ahead and add them up, and you should get 1,296. Go ahead and start over here. 20 times 40 I know is 800. If you look, you have that same answer with this. 7 times 40 is 280. 20 times 8 is 160. And 7 times 8 is going to be 56. Add it up, and you should have the same exact number as you did on the other side. Clearly, you can tell that reversing the order of the operation doesn't make a difference. Let's look at number 3, where we need to use estimation to match the problems with the answers. You can first start off by looking at the different answers, and we know that 156 is the lowest and 10,656 is the highest. So looking at these numbers, you can clearly see that the lowest number is going to be 13 times 12. And you can do a little bit of estimation with front-end estimation. 10 times 10 is 100, and that's the closest one to that. The largest numbers multiplied together are 96 and 111, and I can do a little bit of estimating, and I know 100 times 100 is 10,000. So I know that it's the highest, and that's how I pared it down. Now looking at the next ones, I want to think which is going to give me an answer close to 216. And I know that I'm looking for lower numbers. So I know that 306 times 6 is much higher than any of the other two, so it's not going to be 216. And I know that 36 times 36 is greater than 36 times 6. Can pull that right over. You can do front-end estimation and see if you're even close. And I know that 10 times 40 is going to be 400, which is the closest answer that we have left. Let's go ahead and look at 36 times 36 and 306 times 6. So I know 306 would be estimated to 300, and 6 would be estimated to 10, which would give me an answer of 3,000. And then let's do 36 and 36, which I would estimate to 40 and 40. And my estimation would be 1,600, but I know that that should be lower because 36 is less than 40, which means 1,296 is very reasonable. And this one should be lower because I know that 10 is much greater than 6. So 1,836 is reasonable. Make sure to have your work so I can see your estimating.